Good evening, everyone. I'm Jonathan. I hope you are all well in these uncertain circumstances. First of all, I'd like to apologise for the wall behind me. I'm redecorating the house, but this gentleman has come through and is quite insistent. He's in tears, and he stems from the Ivory Coast. His name is Eustace Samuel Campbell. He says that's not my name. That's the name I was given. It was also always. It was yes. Okay. Sorry, he's talking to me at the moment. Right. He says he was taken from the Ivory Coast as a slave. Right. He was torn away from his family. He was badly beaten. Clapped in chains and dragged, literally dragged, to where he passed out and ended up on a ship. He doesn't know the name of the ship, which is unfortunate. Excuse me. He never went back. He sailed to. Okay. He says he was packed. He says they were packed into the ship like cattle. The smell was horrendous. They had to defecate and urinate where they laid. They weren't allowed much food at all, more like bread and water and big biscuits, like big dog biscuit things. He's letting me hear. I'm hearing what and smelling what he sensed, and I've got to admit it was absolutely horrendous. How human beings can treat another human being like that is beyond me. Relevant of race, colour or creed, it doesn't matter. How one human being can just treat another human being like this. For what? For money. He sailed towards the Netherlands. He went straight from the Netherlands. They didn't stretch the legs to England. Right. From Portsmouth, and from there they were heading to the Americas, and unfortunately he doesn't know how far away from Portsmouth he got, but the actual ship it sank basically. It was bad weather. I can hear the wind and the rain and the sea, and I can feel it's making me feel dizzy. So I can feel how the ship. I can feel the motion of the ship in this storm, and I've got to be honest. They were in darkness, and they must have been so frightened. The fear. Yeah. Oh dear. He said that there was they were all praying for death to release him from this incarceration, that they didn't deserve. If they literally dragged him from his bed or where he slept with his family, I get the feeling that they got past the Isle of Wight and was heading out. I've just asked him in my mind's eye how long away from the harbour. He doesn't know. He says it was a long time, and the ship went down. The sails broke off and the ship went down, and that were it really. They've got no chance. Nobody, the ship's crew just left them. They tried to, everybody, including the ship's crew, perished, unfortunately, but they didn't even release them to try and swim or whatever. They tried to save themselves. They just left them chained to this particular, the hull of this vessel. The water was coming in from down below, and it's as if it went to its side. It rolled over. I don't know the nautical terms, so I do apologise, but it rolled over to its left side and went down with its back. Or is that stern? I don't know where the rudder bit is at the back, and it started going down and onto its side. So the boat was tilted. Correction, the ship was tilted, and it went down, and they just perished, and they were drowned. It took minutes to drown, and it was a horrendous death that they suffered, men, women and children, and it's horrendous. And this man is in tears because he wants his story to be told. He said that he had a small holding on the Ivory Coast, and he was living and making ends meet. He wasn't a rich man, but he made ends meet with his wife and his children, and he left them behind. He never saw them again. He never saw land really again, and it was just horrendous. And he says, I didn't want to. The reason he's come to me is because he wanted his death and a bit of his life recording, and he says, I don't want to go into oblivion, not being known, and my story not being told. And he says there was a few thousand of these people, 2,000 or 3,000 people trapped and rammed into this small space, and it was just horrendous. They committed no crimes whatsoever, and they were being stolen to be sold into slavery, and it was just horrendous. And bless him, I'm sending him a blessing because he's quite upset, and he's tearful, which I'd be really angry, to be honest, but he's tearful, and it's just saying he was a strong man. He was a very strong man. It's just a shame because he's a lovely, lovely energy. He's a lovely soul, and unfortunately, it would extinguish through no fault of his own. But I'm marking his life and death within this this video, because every life is precious and no life is ours to take. Every life is precious in the eyes of them up high, God, whatever you believe, but it is, and it's a shame. I'm sending him away now with a blessing, and yes, thank you, bless you all. He says, can we have a blessing for the rest of people that died? Yes, you can. Yes, it's okay. Just go to the light. Just go to the light. He's walking towards the light. He's God bless you. And he's gone. He's gone, bless him. It's such a hard. This is the hardest video I've ever made. The most emotional video I've ever made. And I'm just proud and privileged to have been part of his story. And if you like what I do, this is a real hard one, but if you like what I do, please like and subscribe, because I can help a lot more people like this gentleman to go to the other side, to reach the light, and to be in the afterlife where he deserves to be. On that note, thank you for listening. Please stay safe, and God bless you all. Thank you.